come up with is the old world of London town, based sort of late 1800s, early 1900s. You know, the sort of days where it's still like sort of candlelight. There was no real electricity, no machine guns, no laser guns, tanks, etc. You know, modern day technology wasn't about then. It was just a horse and cart. So I'm creating a little world around London town, and we've got ourselves a bad guy, a very sort of Professor Moriarty style guy, and he's known as the Baron. And this guy's got all the tech. So he's got big flying machines, which I'm going to show you in a minute, robots. He just goes in, people disagree with him, he's doing them. End of story. So anyway, the townspeople of old London town, they're getting a little bit wise to this and a little bit peed off. So they're trying to gather their own technology to obviously try and take down the Baron. But it's going to be no mean feat to take this guy down. So yeah, I want to kind of build, well, sort of kit bash Baron and his men, some townspeople. I'm doing some buildings at the moment. I've got flying vehicles that we're doing, all sorts of mechanical stuff. So I'm just going to show you some bits, and then if you like it, follow me on this little journey. I'm going to start uploading some videos of me. I think the first one's going to be the defense bunker, or like a checkpoint that surrounds like the Baron's sort of headquarters. They're jotted throughout the streets of old London town. So you see one of them. Also, one of the townspeople disagreed with the Baron, ended up getting his house blown up. So I'll show you a little how to build a sort of ruined house along them lines. So yeah, it's all exciting times. I'm in the middle of two builds at the moment. I'm doing a big water tower and a little garage kind of thing that the townspeople are using to kind of hide mechanical stuff that they pinched off the Baron. So yeah, anyway, further said than do. Anyway, this is the Wasp. This is one, oh no, look at that, his antennae are all bent. It's where I keep him stored in this box. I want to get him out. But look at that bad boy. That is the Baron's Wasp. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a little bit, I'll have to sort that out. But anyway, this is, everything's all scratch built. So this is made out of, the main torso was made out of the old Easter eggs that you get, you know, like Kinder Egg style size eggs from Easter. Cheap, nasty plastic. And then beads and bits of wood and wire and super glue lids, all sorts of wet wipes and all sorts of bits and pieces on there. So yeah, this is what I've created, and it is the Wasp, one of his big flying vehicles. It's got these nasty ass claws on there which can grab vehicles, horses, carriages, loads of people, bank vaults, all sorts of things, and also got the nasty hook on the back. They were all created out of what's it, air dry clay. Obviously you can spy these. These are pipe cleaners that we've just super glued, and then we've dry brushed with some metal paint. But yeah, as you can see there, that big thing scooting across the skyline of old London town, yeah, that's a nasty boy. So yeah, I've just got to find a place to put this down, which will be on the edge of my settee over there. Another thing he uses as well, flying around, I've got a smaller flight stand we built for this, as you can see there. The sort of, you can see the damage, a big hole blown in the fence there. That balances there, we're happy days. So he also uses, this is just one of many. Obviously, old London town, the Tower of London, famed for the Ravens. So I based, well, the Baron based his big arse flying machine on the legendary Raven. It was the Crow, but Raven sounds a little bit better. So it is a giant, again using the Easter eggs to make the body. And look at that. That is an absolute beast of a machine. If I spin him around, you can see all the mechanics underneath. Some made out of spare parts that I've had, a lot made out of EVA foam, super glue lids, beads, The whole front section there was made out of what was I think it was a pen lid, like a Sharpie marker pen lid, and some wires, and then yeah, all sorts of bits and pieces. The old trusty guitar wire underneath, and yeah, just really dirtied up because I sort of painted him, and he was a little bit too new. And you kind of think back then in the late 1800s, lots of smog in old London town, so this thing would be like kind of popping around London, and obviously you can see there big machine guns, missiles. So this thing's, you know, this ain't taking prisoners, and it's one of them slow moving flying machines, just like the Wasp. He likes to keep an eye on bits and pieces. So yeah, just another one of many machines that I've been building. So I'm just going to put that over there, and then I came up with this idea. Kind of for the townspeople. Obviously not having the luxury of metal plates and rocket packs and things like that, I came up with quite a simple basic mech suit for them, based off of the Straw Bear and the Wicker Man. So there we go, and that is just purely made from McDonald's Costa coffee stirrers, some string, a few little semi-spherical beads, little tiny ones to create the rivets. Say that when you're drunk. But yeah, so we've just painted. Oh, it's a bit fallen off there. I'll have to stick a piece back on there. But again, we've done like a sandy base, just done it all nice and dark. So I may change the base to that, make it a little bit lighter, make the figure pop. But yeah, that is the Wicker Bear, as I call him. So it's kind of going to be the mech suit for challenging the Baron. So the townspeople climb inside this and then go on. So I'm going to try and make some with some weapons, not, you know, an axe or a big hammer, something like that. But yeah, these are very big. I mean, you think of a Warhammer figure's going to be about that big. So it's quite a towering figure on there. And then what else did we make? Mainly the rest of the stuff in here is to do with the game of Bangarang. If you follow Bill making stuff, then if you don't, get over to his channel, subscribe, watch him. The guy is brilliant. And yeah, so basically he created a complete game, and I'll just show you one of the robots, my favourite. And this is what the game is really based around, which is a bead bot, which is a Bill making stuff exclusive creation. Basically, you make an armature wire, feed on some beads to give you the pose of whatever you want to do, armour him up, and there you go. That's a pretty simple bead bot. And this is a Bill making stuff design with the head with the two eyes on the front. So I'm going to kind of take that and put it in like I have done with the Crow and stuff, kind of start elaborating and, you know, making some bits my own. But this is a great little game. If you want to see these guys and what's in the box in action, get on over to my bro Theo Kane and check out Slimehouse TV, and go back to when we went to Salute. Yeah, it was Salute. Yeah, because in the build up to that, he's got some footage of us playing a game of these. So yeah, if you want to see all of them in action, then yeah. But that's a little bead bot. So that shows you kind of where we're going with the whole story. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there because we've got some videos to get out and start this whole journey. So yeah, if it's a thing that you want to join me on and see what happens to the Baron, does he completely conquer London, or does he get taken down by the townspeople? Who knows? Let's find out. Let's find out with the story. But anyway, from me and the Wasp, we'll see you on the next one. Hey, welcome back everybody. Sorry, I'm just enjoying myself a nice slice of cake right there. So anyway, enough of that. What's happening on today's episode? Well, it's all based around this cake really. We're going to be making a Wargaming Defense Bunker, or a checkpoint as it's known in the old world of London town, out of a Mr. Kipling's Bakewell slice box and cake tray. So if that's something that you're interested in, kick back, grab yourself a drink and tune in for the next 20 minutes. And without further ado, let's do this. No, hold on a minute. God, I've got to come up with something new there. Theo uses that, doesn't he? Quickly, what can we think of? Oh yeah, how about... Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our Bakewell slice box from the good old Mr. Kipling. Inside this box here, we've got the cake trays, which obviously the Bakewell slices come in. Cut down one side of the box, just get it all opened up nice and flat that we can work with. And the cake tray here is a perfect size for a 28mm miniature. So using the flat box, we've just cut out the sides, measured it all up, and we're now using some small strips of card here that we folded, applying lots of some cheap Pritt stick on there and folding that in half. We're just going to apply that to one side of the cardboard. As you can see what I'm doing there, a little bit of pressure, and then all we've got to do is just marry up the other side. Nice bit of pressure again on that, a little bit of a fold there, and there we go. Look at that. So there it is, all four sides are on, a little test fit, and I think we're good to go. And that's the size of it compared to our little miniature. There we go, happy days. So now what we're doing is just taking some brown, bog standard cardboard box material, cut it to shape, and then putting on loads of Pritt stick. We're just reinforcing the flimsy cake box cardboard, just so it's nice and sturdy. So obviously we've given that time to dry there. So that's all nice and rock solid. And what we're doing here is I'm applying 4 edges to each of the corners. There we go. Similar to what we did with the inside supports. Kind of a similar size. And what these are going to do is they're going to go on each corner to give the effect of sort of like a metal girder, sort of an iron plating kind of look. And as you can see here, just getting loads of Pritt stick on. Never be shy with this stuff, because once it dries, it is a good glue. It is a very good glue. So we're just going to pop that on there. A little bit of pressure there just to make sure it all sticks. And again, we'll leave these for 24 hours and let the glue really go off. So that is it, pretty much there. Little cake tray in the top, and all looking good. So now what we've got to do is apply the cardboard to the top and the bottom of each side to continue on that sort of metal girder, sort of slash iron plated look. So we've just cut a few strips to size. Again, we're using the Pritt stick here, and we'll just get them into position. Hasn't got to be completely precise, you know, just cut them up. It just all adds to the effect and the detail when we come to paint it later. But from this point here, it's all reinforced. You can pretty much do what you want with it. Base it how you like, paint it how you like, and then you've got a pretty, you know, sort of standard defence bunker for your wargaming table. What I'm doing here is I'm just sizing up a nice little cardboard door. Well, obviously it's not cardboard really in the old world London town. It's a fully metal door, but you know, it's made out of the leftover scraps of the cake box. So yeah, we're just going to put loads of the glue back on there and get that stuck on there, and we'll let that dry overnight. So as you can see there, or you can't actually see, but yeah, just get that on there, plenty of pressure, and there we go. We've added a couple of extra little detail bits on there from the scrap cardboard, and there we go. So I would normally base this on some 4 to 6 mil ply, but we've got some brown cardboard left over from the box we used to reinforce the bunker. So I thought, why not? Let's just use that as the base. So we've cut that to shape, and then we're just using this PVA school glue, a nice thick bead around the bottom there, and then we're just going to get that into place. I've placed it a little bit further back than the front because obviously I want a little bit of a path bit out the front there so the men can get in and out of the bunker. And here we go, we're on to installing the cobbled stone street that's going to go around the outside of the bunker. So as you can see there on the right, we've got a small tray filled up with our XPS foam cobblestones, and using that PVA glue again, we're just starting by doing the front side of the building. We're just using ourselves an old paintbrush there, nothing too fancy, and we're just going to get that PVA glue all over the front edge of that. The more the merrier. And there we go, the PVA is done. So now we can take our individual cobblestones and start placing them into position. The more random you can do this, the better the effect. So just small, big, anything that you can do. Let's just start throwing them on there bit by bit. And there you go, after a short amount of time, you do end up getting around the building quite quick, and we've got ourselves a finished cobblestone street. Right, and now that's had time to dry, we're just going to take our PVA glue again, run a nice little bead around the cobblestone street. And we mainly do this because of the XPS foam. Doesn't really take well to paint. So we're just going to use this PVA glue and give the XPS foam a little protective layer so that it's going to take the paint nicely, and it's also going to add quite a lot of strength to the actual individual cobblestones as well, so it'll bond the whole thing together. So what I'm doing here is using the PVA glue again, but adding plenty and plenty of baking soda, which is that white powdery stuff in that pot. And then we're just going to take the paintbrush, we're going to give it a good old mix up. And this makes the PVA glue become a lot thicker, almost like a filler. And I'm going to use this around the edge of the base, because obviously you've got the corrugated holes on two sides of it. So I'm just going to use this to fill in all the holes. And again, just give it a lot more strength. So there we go, all four edges are done, as you can see there, no holes or nothing showing. So we're just going to leave that to dry, and once painted, that's going to look superb. Right, so out of my little box of beads there, I've got loads of little, well, what I'm pointing to there is lots of little semi-spherical beads. I think they're about 1 mil to 2 mil in diameter. But I mainly use them to make anything look like metalwork, really. And what are we doing here? This is a junk bot piece that we are taking and adding some little EVA foam squares to, by the looks of it. Just applying them to the side just to cover up some of the holes. There we go. So we've got a hole that side and a hole the other side. So we're just going to cover those up. A little dab of EVA foam, and of course we all know once we put EVA foam on, that and super glue are the best of friends, so I can stick anything to that once that's dry. But mainly we're just going to use that as little covers, little sort of armour plated sort of covers on this. I do believe this is the radio, like the aerial communication system on the side of the bunker. I'll get it right in a minute. But yeah, so attaching it, you can see there, it's got two little knoblets on there that are quite useful. So I've basically just punctured a couple of holes in the side of the building with a pencil. And yeah, using them little knoblets sticking out with plenty of super glue, we've managed to get that just to stick nicely to the side. And here's another couple of bits. I don't think these are junk bots. I think they're just a little bit of pipe work or whatever it is from, I don't know, like a Meccano set, that kind of style thing that the kids play with. So yeah, we're just taking a manicure file to this. We're just going to sand that down just so that the glue takes to it. We've just test fitted it there. I think that looks pretty good. We're just going to press that down into the foam just to make a couple of marks. Oh, there we go. The old trusty pencil coming into play just to make a couple of holes there. And obviously being cardboard, we can just punch straight through that. It's not like having to drill into a piece of ply. So here we go. I'm just going to liberally use some of the cheap Wilkinson super glue that I buy and fill them little holes up there. Do we put any on there, Dave? Yeah, nice little bit on there as well. And yeah, we shall put this into position once I get rid of the super glue. Hey, presto, there we go. Once that goes off, that'll be rock solid. Right, and here we go. We're using some of them semi-spherical beads with my little craft knife. We're just adding them all over the building. Anywhere that's got metal work or anything to do with bits being attached to the building. Oh, there we go. We'll just knock it all over, Dave. All the hard work gone out the window. So there we go. We're just turning them over there using the tweezers. We'll crack on. We're going to add these everywhere onto the foam, every corner, all the doors and all the bits and pieces, just to give it that extra metalwork effect. So we're now going to take the bunker and attach this canopy over the front door of the bunker. The canopy's just made out of a few little bits of leftover scrap EVA foam, just glued together with super glue. As you can see there, we're just marking out the lines so we get it nice and level. And then we'll take our nice cheap super glue and apply that to the edge of the EVA foam. Get lots on there. Very carefully, we'll just put this into position. And once that goes off, and then once that's painted, that EVA foam will be nice and solid and give, yet again, another metalwork effect to the whole bunker. A little bit more super glue along the top there. And I think that's job's a good one. So there we go. There's the canopy in full view there for everyone to enjoy. So what are we moving on to here? I think we're equipping the box that we put on the side there, the communications point, and then using our little pin vise drill. Going to drill a couple of holes in the top and insert some styrene rod to create some aerials. I think that's what we're doing. I think it's about that. Let's have a look, see what we're doing. Here we go. Have we got it right? Oh, yes, there we go. Well done, Dave. Excellent job, old boy. So there we go. Just admiring my one aerial that we've put in there. And what else are we doing, Dave? Come on. Chop, chop. Speed this up. And then we've got the old cutters there. Are we going to cut that now? Oh, cool. We're straight in. We've just cut it. And here we go. We're just going to line up the next one. Don't know what we're doing. I think we're just checking that it's the same one. I have no idea. So make a little adjustment with the plastic snips. And yeah, just make a little mental note of... oh, no, actually, no, I've already drilled the hole. Oh, I've skipped ahead of myself there. But there you go. And we've applied a couple of little thin bits to the top to make a nice little aerial. So as you can see now, we've added loads of little bits and pieces to our model, some little bits of EVA foam sort of panelling. We've added some more beads and all sorts of bits and pieces, some wire, guitar strings and stuff. But as you can see here, we're actually now in the position to use our nice cheap black acrylic paint that I bought. I think I got that from the range for about £2 or £3 for a nice big bottle. So you should never run out. And then what we're doing here, just got a nice big paintbrush. Don't go for a small one, should be there all bleeding day. And yeah, I'm going to now show you how to paint black paint on the model. So strap yourselves in, this is going to get exciting. Ah, there we go. Luckily I've jumped ahead of myself there. So there you go, normal black acrylic paint just on there. So it helps as well because I did cover the whole model with our PVA glue and baking powder mix, because I thought if I cover it all, then at least the paint might adhere to it a little bit easier and stay on and not crumble off. And there we go. We've got the whole model now base coloured or undercoated in black acrylic paint. So we're going to leave that now to dry, and we shall crack on with the next stage. Right, so here you can see you've got the paint palette filled up with a nice burnt sienna acrylic paint. And we're just going to literally just brush this on really liberally all over the whole model. It just gives a nice base coat, again, for the rust. As you can see, there's quite a nice colour there for rust. And as you can see there, I'm holding up, I think it was free for a £5 or something like that in B&M. So, yeah, a couple of quid again for a nice big tube of burnt sienna paint, which works wonders when you're rusting stuff. So now that's had time to dry, we're diving straight in now, and we're going to start adding the silver, sort of metallic-y aspect to all the metal panels that are on this defense bunker. So this is more, it's kind of dry brushing, but it's not. You're just really sort of haphazardly just brushing this on. So you're keeping a little bit of the rust, a little bit of the black still visible underneath the metallic paint. You'll get the gist as we go along here. Once I've loaded the brush up, I'm taking my time. And here we go. Look at that, look. Very light touch there, Dave. Beautiful. So, yeah, we'll just wait for me to do that. Yeah, so what are your plans for the weekend? Anyway, there we go. We've jumped ahead now. And the model seems to be fully coated now in the silver metallic-y paint. So I'll go for a darker one, and I think I'm going to apply a lighter one as well, just to sort of very highlight the edges, which may be in the next clip. No, I'm just going to show you the model. There we go. That's good of you, Dave. Very good. Oh no, I can see I painted the box and the skulls in brown. Oh, here's the lighter silver paint. This is what we're going to do. Give that a good old shake up, Dave. And again. That's it. Nothing beats a good bit of entertainment on this channel. Right, here we go. Let's get the excess water off that brush, and then yeah, we're just going to dance this along the edges. So very, very fine touch. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Just dance it across. Just picking up some edge highlights all over the building. And there we go. Just applying the last couple of little bits on there. Oh, kind of went from light-handed to heavy-handed by the looks of it, the way that model was shaking about. We've applied some different coloured paints to the cobblestones. We've done the browns and all sorts of different colours on there, just like there on the pipes and on the wires, a little yellow lens there for the spotlight. So yeah, really coming together nicely here. As you can see there, lots of different details, so making sure we've just got different contrasting colours. We're here now using the Vallejo, tiny little paint I've got. It's called Dry Rust, and it makes an excellent rust effect on anything metal. As you can see here, you can see it more on the model as I've applied more and more of it to give it that run down, beat up look. So at this stage now, I really start ramping up the detail on the model, adding a new door. We've added some spikes and some skulls. I further go on to add some little bushes, some grass and some vines, as you're going to see in the final shots.